What is going on, everybody? Jedi from the block here, and today I am bringing you another Smite build video. And today I am bringing you a build on Scylla. Now, a lot of you guys who are out there who don't really like to use mages, well, then this one isn't for you. But people who do like to use mages have a time that they just can't use a certain god, and that's Scylla. Well, I'm going to be showing you how to use her efficiently, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make sure that you get max potential out of her damage, everything. So if you guys have trouble using Scylla, today's the day I'm going to show you how to use it correctly. So here, let's get her built up to level 20 for you. Now, the reason why I get her to level 20 is because I like to show you guys what her max potential is at that level when it's the highest. As you go through, well, you'll see that it's clearly it's simple enough. Like as you level progress, that her damage will go continue to grow with her level. And as long as you keep building the build I'm showing you, you should be able to put out more damage than health your enemies have during the time you're playing. And at level 20, you should just be melting enemies, just melting them. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now I play a lot of Joust, and that's just what I do. I play a little Conquest, but I don't really like it because it's just hard to find good teammates. And yeah, so for those who play Conquest, I would definitely suggest getting Crush first. That's pretty much what I would go with. And that goes for any kind of game mode. Crush is probably your best bet because that'll help you get rid of any type of minion waves, helps you level up, progress early on. Also, it can cause a lot of damage to any type of enemy around you. So that's your best bet. So Crush is always going to be your first one. Your second, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter. I personally would go with Sikkim because that's a good rooting, item or ability, and that'll cause you to do a combo with your two, and it's pretty good. And then eventually you get your three if you're playing Conquest, and stay in that order. Go 2-1-3, 2-1-3. I mean, obviously you'll get your alt, but that takes water. But always stay in that combo with 2-1-3, 2-1-3, and then you get your alt all the way up. Now that's just for people who play Conquest, but if you play Joust, you understand that you can just keep leveling them all up as you go. So let's get started on her abilities, or her items, I should say. So a lot of people like to go with these starter items, like these right here. Nah, you don't have to do that. You don't. I mean, it's up to you. For me, I like to get building early on. I like to get my stuff going. But let's start with relics. So with Scylla, you should have two teammates that are personally going to be able to make sure that they stay in front of you and take care of most of the damage. You should always have a tank or a nice warrior that has a good set like Tyr or Hercules. But if not, this is your choices. It's meditate or sanctuary. So if you have, let's just say you have good teammates, I'm gonna go with meditate because that gives you, while you're early on, the chance to keep getting your mana, so you don't have to go back and forth and back and forth. Second, second relic. Uh, it's again, this is another one depending on who you're playing against. I never really do it early on with beads, even if I'm going up against like if you're going up against Ares or Hades, there is items to stop their alts. So you just gotta make sure you pay attention to those things. But I go with Sanctuary. And that ability I was telling you guys about, it is right here. Um, it's Magi's Blessing. It what it does is it takes one crowd control away for like it's like every 70 seconds or something like that. And it's really good to have because if you're going up against Ares or Hades or anyone that has a really hard crowd control effect, it stops it. It's really good, but you don't need it if you're playing Scylla. But let's get started here. So every mage I go with, I start off with boots because right away it starts you down with cooldowns. It gives you mana and power, and it gives you movement speed. These are the best boots. Shoes of Focus. Always get those. Best bet. Always on. Early on. So get Shoes of Focus. Now I do that because, like I said, it gives you that mana early on, and if you have a good decent team, they will be known to give you the magic buff, or the blue buff as everyone calls it. So now we got that. I like to go with penetration. Definitely Obsidian Shard is the best because you're gonna get 33% magic penetration, and it also gives you 70 magical power. Always go for that. Always have that in your mages build. I think that's probably the best bet. And if you don't do that, well then you gotta have something else to substitute it with. Um, Next up, it's you could choose between these two. Um, I I technically like Kronos' Pendant because it gives you 20% cooldown, and it also gives you 75 magic power plus the magic recovery. It's 25, so go with that. I would. Either way, you're gonna eventually get both of them. So the Rata Tahuti, increases your magical power by 25%. Increases, you get a magical of 125. That's good. That you're gonna want that. You're gonna want that for any mage build, but you don't have to get it early on. But then get it, whatever. So next up, you have a few choices here. Now I'm going to show you my preference on choice, and then you guys, if you have something else you like, that's completely fine. So these right here, the Book of Thoth and Soul Reaver, these are really good items as well. A lot of people take Soul Reaver because I don't know if they think it's because it's more powerful in magic, magic damage. You gotta think like that one's made for going against tankier gods. You don't need it. You don't need it unless you're going up against like a heavy set tank that's leading their team to victory. So just go with Book of Thoth. It's decent. It's another stackable item, and it converts 3% of your mana into magical power, and that's kind of where you want to be. You want to keep building. It's kind of like uh, what is that? I don't remember what it's called, but anyways, it's like the Warriors one you get, but you definitely want to get Book of Thoth. That's definitely your item you're gonna want to go with. Um, for a second preference, for people who may want to go an alternate, direction, you could definitely always have yourself a lifesteal ability in there, like our item. I would definitely go with well, you can go with a couple of them, but Bancroft's Talon is probably the best. I like it because it scales to how much health you have. Um, so you could go with that too, but again, definitely go with you know, definitely go with Book of Thoth or Thoth. All right, so now you have one item left. It's your choice, really. You can go more damage. I, I personally like to go with a little bit of health because early on you don't have a lot of health, but again, you should have teammates that are there to help you. If you don't play it right, you will die. You need to sit back, but you need to be able to help. You need to be in and out, in and out. So Warlock Sash. Now, this is another stackable item that is very good. Like it helps you stay alive. It gives you a lot of mana, a lot of health, and that's gonna go benefit you towards your Book of Thoth. Also on top of damage, because you're getting that 50 magical power, but you're also getting 300 health on top of that with 400 mana, and you permanently gain 3 health and 6 magical power per stack, and receive 5 stacks for a god kill and 1 stack per minion kill. It's max at 100 stacks. Get it? All right, so now you have a decent build here. Now, definitely, definitely go out and test this before you go and play a game. Fool around with it. So, like, I'm gonna show you guys here your basic combo. This is definitely your basic on how you would get your max potential from getting kills from gods. You don't have to do this on minions ever, but gods, if you can land this combo, you'll be good. Sometimes you won't have to. Like, Scylla's 2 basically can shred any mage down to no health to nothing, and if you're going up against a tankier god who's not built around magical defense, you should be able to take them out as fast as you take the mage out. But for instance, if you're going up against like a tankier god like Ymir or Bacchus, definitely go 1, 2, and then done. You should put out a lot of damage early on with that, really early. Like I'm talking like full damage, crushing like out of the way. And you see how fast I get back my abilities too. Like they come back like instantly. Now, if you were playing Hebo, you would be spamming your abilities. It'd be like you could just keep tapping your one like over and over and over and over again. Let's go ahead and get this started. So, bam, hit him with that, hit him with that, and he should. Yeah, see, he's almost dead. But you can do a lot of damage. Now, the reason why I'm not killing them right away is because I don't have the full stacks on everything yet. You get those stacks on, you're gonna be pretty good. It's a pretty nice build, and they just they just do a lot of damage. And like, yeah, you're not gonna always one kill everybody. You're not gonna always do super amounts of damage because you're gonna be missing the ability and you're just be clipping them. But when you're playing with your teammates, obviously when you're playing, you're going to be able to help your teammates by shredding their health, or your teammates are helping you because they're shredding their health. And then imagine if this for instance, Raw was playing lane with you, and you were to go in, and he had barely any health left. All you'd have to do is hit him with that, and done. He would be dead because you'd only have a quarter health. So you got to think, if he had just lost a quarter bit of health during a fight, you'd be able to just take him right out. Just take him right out. So let's go ahead and show you the alt. The alt is pretty powerful. So it's pretty nasty. With her alt, the one good thing about her alt is it's a continuous alt. So if, for instance, you killed that Raw with your alt, and there was another enemy, you kill him, you'd be able to use it. I think it's up to 3 times. I think exactly. Um, so oh, yeah, I think it's 3. So yeah, but definitely go with that sort of build. Now I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like if you were to go full on damage. So you take away Soul Reaver, you take away the sash. Yeah. So let's go in here. So we want to go more damage. Um, so this one is another stackable item, which is really good for building more damage. Is the Doom Orb. Now, that's going to keep building on top of magical power. This is 2 plus magic power per stack, and you receive 5 stacks per god kill, 1 stack per minion kill. But the only problem is every time you die, you lose half your stacks, but it's a max of 50 stacks. Now, you have 2 stackable items that you could go with. Now, like again, if you want to stack them, you want to go Book of Thoth that'd be the item to go with more damage, way more damage. But say you want just to go with like a little bit of protection, just a little bit of like physical. I mean, these are good for health and everything like that. But this one right here, it deals 40% or 40 magical damage per second to enemies within 25 units. That's if you're gonna want to go defense with a little bit more health, that would definitely be the item. Definitely be the item. But we want to go damage. So, and this one right here, it's called Gem of Isolation. This one's good if you want to hit your enemies and slow them. That way you can benefit your teammates more. That's just another one I just want to give you guys a little show with. But yeah, always stick with Warlock Sash because that's gonna be another stackable. So go back in here. Now remember, they're not stacked anymore, so we might not do as much damage early on. But yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching my video on how to use Scylla and how to benefit from her max potential and damage. Now remember, these items are all stackable. You want to pay attention to what you use, how you use them, and how you go about doing things. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Please stay around, subscribe, help me out. Just help me help you. I want to keep doing more videos for you guys. I want to start building on my videos some more. I have a few videos up now. Please go check out my channel at YouTube at Jedi from the blog. Help me out, guys. Thanks a lot.